CTV News at 5 with Tony Ryma and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. So glad you joined us on this Wednesday. A suspect in a robbery at a Sudbury convenience store has been arrested. Police say a 24-year-old man entered the shop just before 11 yesterday morning. A 63-year-old employee was hit in the head with a bottle. The suspect fled the scene and was located with assistance from the K-9 unit at a residence on Elm Street. The suspect came out of the building willingly. Police obtained a search warrant for the home to retrieve evidence after others in the home refused to leave. The suspect is charged with robbery, assault, and other related offenses. Okay, now to the weather. The temperatures are going to plunge in some places, creating slick conditions out there. To tell us more, we go to CTV's Rick Wyman. What's happening out there, Rick?
Tony, the temperatures will plunge tomorrow evening before the snow, but of course we'll get some rain, freezing drizzle, some flurries as well. We've got the flash freeze warning in effect for Parry Sound. Winter storm watch right now for Timmins and areas north. So we'll get into that. Your first take on weather. Our systems map brought to you by CAA. Get your membership today at CAA.ca. Here it comes. Various forms of precipitation about to take over the northeast area of the province. And again, we'll get into some details, our 5-day forecast and a lot more. But don't fret. We're about to get some snow on Friday, just in time for the weekend. So depending on the amounts, we'll be following that quite closely. Tony, back to you.
Thanks so much for that, Rick. A heavy police presence in the Cambrian Village area of Sudbury had streets blocked off most of the day today. Suspects were refusing to leave a residence in the area around lunchtime, which put Churchill Public School under a hold and secure order. Just before 4 this afternoon, police posted to social media that the individuals involved had surrendered and were taken into custody. Officers will remain in the area while detectives execute a search warrant of the residence. We'll have more as details become available. A financial advisor at a credit union in North Bay is helping survivors of intimate partner violence get their financial lives back on track. As CTV's Eric Tashner tells us, this program is one of a kind in Canada.
Joanne Furland has made it her mission to help survivors of intimate partner violence. With the help of her parents, she was able to escape an abusive relationship.
When I left my partner, our bank account was drained. My cell phone was canceled and my car keys were hidden.
Drawing on her own experience, last year she started up a financial program at Caisse Alliance, assisting other survivors. It's called the Leap into Financial Empowerment or LIFE program.
The top 3 reasons why they stay in these relationships, and the third reason is financial support.
She's working hand in hand with the court system, victim services, and other aid organizations who refer survivors to the program.
They will receive a free private bank account here at the Case. It is free for 1 year and it's unlimited, so there's no fees involved.
Caisse Alliance financial planners will create a budget with the survivor to help and push them forward to hopefully one day leave the abusive relationship.
We will not be sending any mail home. We will not be calling them whatsoever. So that way they don't have to fear their partner knowing.
According to Statistics Canada data, a woman in Canada is murdered by their intimate partner every 6 days. And 44% of women and girls above the age of 15 who have been in a relationship have reported some form of abuse.
Shock. I really wasn't aware that it was that big of an issue.
The program recently received a $50,000 grant. It is now expanded to Sturgeon Falls and Mattawa and as far north as Hearst.
I'm the father of 2 young girls. I had every intention to fully support this program from the get-go.
To date, 12 survivors of intimate partner violence have enrolled in LIFE. To Furland's knowledge, it's the only financial program of its kind in Canada. And she knows the work is making a difference in saving lives.
They're told the entire relationship that they're going to live on the streets or they're not going to make it. When we show them that they can in fact make it.
Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
Over the weekend, a vehicle went through the ice on Watton Lake in the greater Sudbury community of Hanmer. Police say the incident is another reminder to be extra cautious around waterways. CTV's Lindsay Alick reports.
Elliot Richardson took this video of a vehicle being removed from Onwatton Lake right in front of his parents' home on December 14th. He says they have lived there for almost 40 years, and on New Year's Eve 2023, one of their neighbors went through the ice.
He had been on the lake himself for about 40 years. He knows the conditions, and even for him, right, to, takes one bad step out in the wrong direction and costed him his life.
He says since then, everyone has been on high alert.
It's moving water. It's a fast current. It doesn't quite freeze the way a normal a lake would freeze. So yeah, just, having kind of gone through that experience, we've had a couple more people go through over the years as well. And, hearing that someone would drive their vehicle at that time of the year is, it's kind of crazy to us.
Constable Kevin Tremblay has been with the Integrated Traffic Safety Unit for 7 years, and he says there have been several cases where people have gone through the ice.
Primarily in the early winter, late winter, early spring kind of times. The ice at these times of year is really not safe. It's very unpredictable. You might have 6 to 10 inches on one lake. You might have only 2 or 3 inches on another lake. All our lakes are a little bit different.
The city is known for its more than 300 lakes. And while Constable Tremblay wants to encourage everyone to get out and enjoy the outdoors, he also wants people to be prepared, safe and mindful, as he says no ice is safe ice.
Venture out slowly. Make sure that the ice thickness is safe enough for whatever vehicle or activity that you're going to do. At least 6 inches for pedestrian, 8 to 10 inches for small motorized vehicles like snow machine ATVs, and then 12 inches and up for cars and trucks.
He adds that it's not enough to have things like flotation devices and self-rescue equipment, but that people should educate themselves on how to use them. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Sudbury.
Time for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Rick has your full weather forecast. Also ahead, Snow Lab in Sudbury and a university in England are collaborating on a new project. Details when we come back.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Pretty well describes what's happening weather-wise for the next 24 hours or so, perhaps even 48. Let's take a look at our forecast radar right now. Mixed precipitation, as I stressed last night, throughout the Northeast. Here comes the system, or as some would say, here comes the pain, because we've got snow, we've got rain, we've got freezing drizzle, we've got drizzle. Combination of all three at some cases. So again, that's going to be happening not only this evening, overnight, and into tomorrow. Then things will change with snow. 5-day forecast. Here we go. Sudbury Nickel Belt. Rain, drizzle tomorrow, 3 degrees. Some snow on Friday at -5. As for the actual amounts on Friday, we'll keep a close eye on that. Saturday, chance of snow, -5. -9. Sunday, chance of snow and some sun and cloud Monday. Looks like a half decent day, -8. But take a look at the change in temperature. -1 tomorrow evening, then -19 on Friday. How about the Sioux and Algoma? Drizzle rain tomorrow at 5. Snow on Friday, -8, dropping down to -18 overnight. Saturday, some snow, -4. Chance of flurries on Sunday, -6. And the chance of snow come Monday once again at -4. Winter storm warning watch. Combination of pretty well everything. Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, snow drizzle tomorrow at 3. -9 snow on Friday. Saturday, chance of snow at 60%, -10. But again, you go from -9, your daytime high Friday, to -23 Friday evening. Then you continue into the weekend, -10, -12 Saturday, Sunday, and -10 Monday, some sun and cloud. Temiskaming Shores, Kirkland Lake, rain drizzle tomorrow. 4 degrees, then -3 on Friday, with the snow dropping down to -22 overnight. Some snow on Saturday, -9. Chance of snow on Sunday at -11. Overnight temperature -21. And for Monday, chance of snow at 30%. Daytime high at -8. Overnight, -15. And a look now at what's happening in North Bay, West Nipissing. Showers, flurries, that'll be a messy mix for tomorrow. 4 degrees. Friday, we've got rain, snow, +1, then -18. So the transition will make it slippery, treacherous in some situations. Saturday, snow. Sunday, chance of snow. And Monday, chance of snow. Some of those temperatures -5, -7, -8. So, Tony, you were kind of wondering about a bright spot earlier this week about when will it be sunny next. It looks like Monday is our best bet, sun and cloud, or perhaps full-scale sunshine. Back to you.
Thanks, Rick. A new experiment at Sudbury Snow Lab is giving researchers from Canada and Oxford University in England a better understanding of how the universe was created. CTV's Madison Merrier has that story.
It takes 8 minutes for a neutrino to travel from the sun to the Earth, and there are millions everywhere. They're different from many particles as they don't typically interact much. But scientists in Sudbury are challenging that.
We're really trying to understand what is the universe made of, what happened early in the universe, why does it look like what it looks like now. And to do that, we want to go to the smallest parts, so-called subatomic particles. And we particularly look for neutrinos and interactions with neutrinos.
This particular measurement used 250 days of detector time to see 5 separate events. And what I mean by those events is a neutrino comes in, interacts with a special carbon atom, produces a special nitrogen atom afterwards, and then that nitrogen atom decayed. So this is a very, very, very rare type of event.
Krause said that the detector being 2 kilometers underground helps decipher out materials the machine doesn't need, and some neutrinos can still navigate there themselves.
This is the first time we have observed this particular interaction, so it speaks for the development of our new technology. And this would really tell us that there's something very exciting that happened as the universe was created. Because our universe exists out of matter, or particles, not antiparticles. And we don't understand why that is. In principle, naively, they should be created equally, same amounts.
Krause said this new discovery is a team effort between researchers and so many more.
And so as this gets more known, I think there might be more job opportunities for people. It brings Sudbury on the map. People will read that name because our experiment is called Snow Plus. So Sudbury Neutrino Observatory is in the name.
The research is nowhere near done because in science, when one answer is found, dozens of other questions are asked when it comes to figuring out the physics of the universe. Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
One more can coming up on CTV News at 5. A food drive in Sudbury that has been happening for almost 40 years continues to help people in need. A long-standing holiday tradition in Sudbury, the Edgar Burton Food Drive, wrapped up today. Mining giant Valley organizes and coordinates the effort that was another resounding success thanks to the generosity of the community. More now from CTV's Alan Everson.
The Edgar Burton Christmas Food Drive has grown from a small workplace food drive to one of the largest ones in Ontario. So big, the Army steps in to help move all the food, 24,000 pounds over the last 3 days.
We pick up from businesses and schools all the way from Worthington out to Levac and Skeed. And so we've been doing this for about 25 years now. I think no one can give me an exact date that we started. It's become kind of a tradition, and because we are able to actually get the manpower and the vehicles out there.
Theli organizes and coordinates the massive food drive to honor Edgar Burton, an employee who started it.
Our goal is always to try and get one more can than we did last year, so we're helping more and more every year.
I think it's just really an opportunity for community to come together, and we see it. Everybody knows this campaign. It's 38 years strong.
Donation boxes are distributed to businesses and schools.
So altogether, Rainbow Schools collected over $60,000 and over 35,000 non-perishable food items. And it's a great event because it allows kids to learn about empathy and giving back in their communities.
It's a food drive that helps thousands in need.
So incredible to see the public outpouring, the business outpouring, the students, just the people that really, really believe and understand that nobody should go hungry.
It's a really important one because it's one of the top fundraisers for food drives all across Ontario, which we can be really proud of here in Sudbury.
Officials say items collected during this drive contributes approximately 1/4 of the annual food requirements of the Sudbury Food Bank. Alana Everson, CTV News.
Former NHL player and longtime NOJHL coach Paul Gagne has passed away. Gagne played part of his junior career in his hometown of Iroquois Falls, where he would later coach the Eskimos to a championship. When the team relocated back to Timmins in 2014, Gagne went with them and got the rock rolling before retiring 2 seasons later. During his playing days in the NHL, Gagne laced up for the Colorado Rockies, New Jersey, Toronto, and the New York Islanders, and played with Team Canada at the Spengler Cup 4 times. In his obituary, he is remembered for his humility, positivity, and his love for family. Paul Gagne died after battling cancer. He was 63. In the NOJHL, there's only one game on the docket this evening. The top-rated Sudbury Cubs play host to the Powassan Voodoos at the Countryside Arena. Game time is 7:10. Over in the OHL, the Sioux Greyhounds are on the road this week. They kick off their pre-Christmas trip with a stop in Saginaw tonight to take on the Spirit. Game time is 7:05. Chase Reed and Brady Martin won't be in the Greyhounds lineup tonight because of the World Juniors. Brady Martin will be playing tonight, just not in a Sioux jersey. Martin and the rest of Team Canada are taking on Sweden in preliminary tournament action in Kitchener. That game is available at 7 o'clock on TSN. Chase Reed is at Team USA's camp. New parking arrangements in downtown Sudbury may impact those looking to take in a Sudbury Wolves or Sudbury 5 game in the new year. The 271 spots in the area outlined in red will soon become unavailable, according to Sudbury Wolves Sports and Entertainment. It all has to do with prep for the events center construction. It'll be barricaded as of January 2nd. As a result, the city plans on adding additional space at the theater center as well as the CP lot on Elgin Street. Transit will also be offering free bus rides for ticketed events. A Greater Sudbury police officer talks about his blueprint to resilience. When we return, James Jefferson is our guest in our Northern Book Club segment. You're watching First at 5. He's an award-winning speaker, author, and a Greater Sudbury police officer. James Jefferson's book is titled Blueprint to Resilience, and James now joins us. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Tony. It's a pleasure to be here.
Tell us why you decided to write this book.
Well, really, I wanted to be a voice in the first responder community, but also just the community in general, in giving that framework of healing, recovery, and transformation that, we will all experience adversity in life, but we can get through it as long as we have, the right perspectives and the right guidelines to really push us forward into growth.
Without getting into too much detail, what prompted you to write this book? What event led you to write this book, to reach out also to others who may be seeking help?
Well, I've been a police officer for 18 years now, and in that time I've experienced some critical events, and I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder about 10 years ago. And that was a very difficult journey, and I had to navigate it on my own. And sometimes it's very hard to figure out that process when you're alone. But fortunately, I found my way through. I found recovery. I found the personal transformation and resilience that I really craved. And I really wanted to give that to others. And that's essentially what the book is a transformational journey.
I saw a line, and I'd like you to elaborate on it. Heal out loud. So what does that mean to you?
Well, it means a variety of things. We heal out loud when we connect to others, when we seek supports, when we are honest with ourselves in what we're going through, and really getting deep into that shadow work of who we are, how we're wired, and really just opening up that voice where we can seek those right outlets. Because when we keep it all internalized, then it can grow and manifest, and we don't heal, we don't grow from it. But once we really speak that into existence, that's when we step forward.
Do you find yourself and others, especially first responders, once they speak about trauma in their lives, what they've witnessed, they're so much better for it?
Most definitely. Speaking and opening up is cathartic. And I encourage anyone to really find that voice, find their supports, and find their growth, whether that be, in terms of my book, how to really personally transform yourself, or seeking other supports or other outlets.
Is it important to break down those stigmas? Because as men and even women, as a first responder, you're supposed to be tough, you're supposed to be resilient, but it's okay to show some emotion and also say, hey, we're human?
We are human beings, and what I will say with police officers, we're dressed like superheroes, we do superhero things, but we're merely flesh, blood, and bone. And mental illness and really that adversity in life is a human problem. So it's important for us to know that it's okay not to be okay, and the certainty in life is we'll all experience pain. But the hope is suffering is optional as long as we have a plan.
James, it was a real pleasure meeting you. Thanks for coming in.
I appreciate you having me, Tony.
That was James Jefferson. He was our guest today. And to see more of our authors and our Northern Book Club, don't forget, head to CTV News Northern Ontario.ca. Our first community close-up comes to us from Sault Ste. Marie, Royal Canadian Legion Branch 25, and the Branch 25 Ladies Auxiliary are supporting Grocer for Good. Officials handed over a check worth $3,000. The money will go toward the group's ability development program and inclusive employment. Still in the Sault, the Algoma District School Board held a high school robotics competition last weekend. 10 robotics teams came together, and more than 40 students from across Algoma, including schools in Blind River and Central Algoma. Cora Collegiate won 3 categories and also teamed up with St. Mary's to claim first place in another category. And if you live in Earlton and area, you still have time to take in a play this evening. Students in grades 7 and 8 at École Catholique Assomption are staging The Disaster Before Christmas. It starts at 6 o'clock, and the play is in English. By the way, donations collected will go toward the students' end-of-year trip to Toronto. And there's more news for the North coming up at 6. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.